Although he isn't home much, I am currently living with my abusive partner. The store that I work in is closed because of the pandemic, so I'm always stuck here. Going shopping with my mother is something that I would do to get away from him. Now I can't even do that. I found out I was pregnant. I was very happy about it until I told my partner. I'm still happy about it, but also stressed and worried at the same time. My partner has threatened to hurt me several times since I found out I was pregnant. I am also scared of the virus because I am pregnant and also have a very weak immune system. I honestly wasn't very worried about it until now.
I connected with this young woman in an online support group, and there were dozens of other people with similar stories. Not only were they stuck at home with someone abusive, but they were increasingly cut off from the world. Some had lost their jobs or their phone plans. Others were waiting for stimulus checks that they hoped would help them escape. Advocates are worried that as states extend their lockdowns, domestic violence is growing more frequent and more acute.
Do you think that the economic instability that our country is facing right now actually contributes to kind of tense situations that lead to increased domestic violence?
I mean, yes, economic issues does heighten some, domestic violence cases.
Debbie works for Good Shepherd Services' Safe Homes Project. That organization is adapting to help survivors find safety under quarantine. Its emergency shelter in Brooklyn is still open.
Is it just more time and more exposure, just more time spent in that relationship that causes it to escalate? Or is it just also the fact of just being kind of trapped there together and maybe having an emotional toll?
It's all about power and control. It's about controlling everything, controlling, a person's movements, a person's thoughts, a person's freedom. Even, before COVID, DV is bad. This just makes it even more dangerous.
Today, I'm going to go around and show you some of our spaces in the shelter.
Danny Delayed is a program coordinator for Safe Homes Project. Referrals to the shelter have been up in the past few weeks. Its communal spaces are empty, though, since residents are mostly keeping to their own rooms. So far, none of them have COVID-19, but the team is preparing to deal with positive cases.
We found that at first, we had about 5 to 8 beds open and we weren't getting many calls or referrals, but last week, the referrals have increased and now we are full. This is a room that we have on hold for anyone that needs to be quarantined or isolated. Here is our children's activity playroom. It's usually active and loud with kids running around, but it's very quiet now. That's been definitely a challenge, is not being able to gather in groups.
Because of the pandemic, support groups for survivors are now happening online. And although courts are closed, they're processing protective orders remotely. Meanwhile, people like Debbie are manning hotlines from their homes.
Do you think that fears of catching the virus are keeping people in unsafe situations in their homes?
I truly believe that, yes. The hotline calls have been low in comparison, and I really do believe that this is one of the barriers to survivors and victims trying to seek help.
What are some of the conversations?
And I've gotten calls about worries about COVID-19 and worries about leaving where the person is in order to go into shelter and not knowing. I'm sensing that there's a lot of concern about health, besides the domestic violence. And this is where the concern really comes up, whether leaving where they are to go into a situation that they don't know is safe.